Hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls. It's me, Big Mike. And welcome to the second episode of our playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And fam, this is going to be the episode that's going to change everything. But before we get into that, I just want to do a quick recap of what happened last episode, just in case you didn't see it. So in our last episode, we met our lovely neighbor, Sayuri, who's also our childhood friend. And if you know anything about Doki Doki Literature Club, you would know, you know that she is the vice president of the club. And so she introduced us to the club, and even though we were rather reluctant, our character could not resist being surrounded by 4 amazing gals. And if you know these gals, you could not blame him for that. And now it wasn't smooth sailing through calm waters, but there was some tension. There was some tension in the club. And there's apparently a rivalry between Natsuki, who likes to keep things simple and cute, and the sophisticated Yuri, who's mysterious and well educated, and who, according to Natsuki, whose boobs magically grew a cup size since we joined the club. So make of that what you will. So that's essentially where we're at. We've already wrote 1 poem, and currently I'm trying to pursue Sayuri. Because things always work out. If you know anything about anime, manga, visual novels, things always work out for the best when, the childhood friend falls in love with the main character. It's always 100% sure to happen. And just in case you're not familiar, I am being incredibly sarcastic here. But anyway, so that's where we're at story-wise. Now, if you're new to my channel, if this is the first video of mine you've ever seen, this is very different from what I usually do. I usually do scripted content. Well, I don't like to use the word content. I use scripted videos. Either I'll write out a full script of what I want to say, or I'll at least have an outline going into this. But these visual novel playthroughs are straight off the cuff reaction to what I'm going through on screen, or what the main character is going through, I should say. Also, just full disclaimer here, I am not going into this completely blind. DDLC, if you know anything about me, is one of my favorite, no, not one of my favorite, it is my favorite visual novel. And I simped some kind of hard for Monica, fam. She is my waifu for lifeu. And also, disclaimer, please do not turn my simping into Monica into a drinking game. You will die of alcohol poisoning in this video. Okay, so don't do that. So I'm not going in this completely blind, but it has been years since I played it myself. There is that. And now also a couple things here just before I get started is that, again, everything's off the cuff, so a bit rough around the edges. And, I'm kind of taking this as kind of like a practice when I start streaming, because it's not exactly apples to apples, but it's close enough to, I think it gives me a good practice. So I am going to talk a lot. I'm not always going to talk directly about the game, but if I will talk about things that are related or on topic to what's going on. So for example, if there's a relationship conflict, I'll talk about relationship conflicts. Or if there's literature, like a certain type of literature being discussed, I will share, experience with that, things like that. So it's not always going to be focused on the game, but it's going to be relevant to what's going on the screen. Also, I have a family, I have a wife and kid, and it's not really their summer vacation because it's not summer here, but she's my daughter's on vacation, so you might hear her in the background in the other room. So there's really nothing I can do about that. But it shouldn't be too bad. Also, I think that should be about it. Oh yeah, so just kind of a heads up. I'm playing around with my setup a little bit. So in my last video, I told you that the mic was kind of blocking my view of the text. So sometimes I kind of have trouble reading it. I have a bit of a different setup now. I don't know if this will make things any better, but we'll give it a shot. So I believe that should cover everything. So without further ado, let's see what man-made horrors await us today. Oh, okay. I did forget one thing. So, and I owe you lovely guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls an apology. So in the first episode, I said, hey, we're going to keep these videos between, 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half long. I was completely wrong. I completely dropped the ball on that. I will admit, I will fold. I was wrong. I am not good when it comes to estimating time. So I'm not going to tell you how long this video is going to be today in regards to time, but I will tell you I am aiming to finish the first half of this game, and we are already a quarter of the way in. So, and I won't spoil anything, but if you know this game, then you know where the first half ends at, and it's going to be very obvious where that first half ends at. And also, likewise, like in the last video, after we're done with the game portion, we're gonna go see if we unlock any emails. There's also pictures and music and stuff. I think that stuff is cool, but I'm more focused on the email because the emails really add a lot of depth. Well, not a lot of depth, but they add some depth to the lore surrounding this game. So, all right, enough of me talking. Let's jump into this game and let's see what we got going on this week. Alright, so here we are. We're here writing our second poem. And as I mentioned in the last video, sometimes, well, not sometimes, but Sayuri is really unique because she shares a lot of characteristics in common she shares a lot of things in common with both Natsuki and Yuri. So some things that you would think that should belong to one of those would actually belong to her. So trying to distinguish between them can be a bit difficult sometimes, but I'm gonna try my best. And I guess in the end it doesn't really matter so much, but you listen, there's no way Sayuri will ever be better than Monika, but she's at least better than Natsuki and Yuri, okay? And that's another hill I am willing to die on, okay? Anyway, let's see. Let's try grief. Uncontrolled. Oh. Unstable. Oh. Okay. Well, you see, that's kind of what I was talking about right there. Passion. Warm. Childhood. Alone. Oh. Maybe embrace. Oh. Friends. Depression, tragedy, unrequited, hopeless, you know what? I thought that one was going to be, I really thought that one was going to be Sayuri. I really did. Agonize, oh. Death? Maybe misery? This is a tough one right here. Eternity, wonderful, sparkle, portrait, vacation, holiday, calm, climax, comfort, ambient. All right, so, let's try comfort, maybe? All right, we did it, fam. I believe we didn't get perfect Sayuri, but we got enough Sayuri. All right, so another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Big Mike. Yo, Sayuri. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Oh, I see. Bruh. You know, Gal is telling you, without coming out and straightforward telling you, that she's just happy to be around you. And that's not something light, fam. That is not something light at all. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. Hey, Sayuri is simple to please, and you know what? That's amazing. You know, speaking from experience, I try to live a life, I try to live such a life in which I am simple to please too. It doesn't take much to make me happy, and that adds to my happiness, I believe. So I feel like Sayuri is a lot like that. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. And the great game begins, fam. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayuri? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Sayuri nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents fall into her desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayuri. But that face though, that face when she gets caught in something, that is so adorable. Like, I couldn't be mad at her. I couldn't be mad at her, fam. And honestly, I would fold. I would fold. If she asked me for anything, she could have it. 100% she could have it. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I could lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. Oh, look at the Mr. Detective here. Look at Sherlock Holmes putting this all together. I mean, yeah, there probably is more than what meets the eye going on here. I mean, she probably just wanted to spend time with the dude, or, and I talked about this in the last video, I floated this theory, what if Sayuri, she comes off as this ditzy airhead, this almost Phoebe from Friends-like character, but what if she's really a mastermind behind the scenes, and she knows exactly which string to pull with which person to get them to do what she wants them to do? So, what if that's the case with her? I mean, I don't really believe that, but it's fun to think about. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ooh, and look who it is. It's the mysterious, beautiful, long-legged gal whose boobs magically grew a size when we entered the club. Miss Yuri herself. And Miss Yuri herself, it makes searching for DDLC Yuri a bit more complicated. But alas, Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Ah! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Big Mike to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in like that, Sayuri. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Oh, I love this dynamic, okay? I love this. So, one of the things I like about this game is the character dynamics. Now, as I mentioned before in the previous episode, like a lot of these characters are stereotypical characters turned up to 100 for the sake of satire. Or maybe the sake of trolling might be a better word. But anyway, but here, the dynamic is different than with Yuri and Natsuki. With Yuri and Natsuki, you have yandere versus tsundere. But here, it's more like you have this, you have Sayuri, who, at least on the surface, is this outgoing, bright ball of sunshine, this people person. She loves talking. She loves the main character, obviously, and all her other friends as well. And then you have Yuri, who's much more reserved, much more timid. Who's a bit nervous in her talking and her speaking, and who gets easily flustered. So, I love seeing this dynamic play out between them. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept a revolution. Yeah, Sayuri needs to accept the revolution. All of you should accept the revolution. Down with big tech, but we'll save that for a different video. Retribution. Yuri corrects her. That, still coming from you, Sayuri. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Foreshadowing, maybe? Ooh. Don't let her fool you. Sayuri knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making him. See, she is a mastermind. She is a mastermind, fam. She knows what she's doing. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayuri. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayuri in the face and tumbles into the desk. But yeah. Ow. What was a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayuri glances around. Is this a miracle? Gal gets smacked in the face with a cookie, and she asks, is it a miracle? I love Sayuri. Sayuri, ooh. In a world without Monica, Sayuri would be my waifu, okay? I'll say that. But don't tell Monica that. Okay? Don't tell Monica that, or my goose, or this goose, will be cooked. It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes, and it was totally worth it seeing your reaction though. Oh, see, alright. See, Natsuki, our resident tsundere, she has a playful side with the other characters, so yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. And you know what? It is nice to seeing all the girls get along together. Yeah, that is really wholesome. So wholesome, I'm willing to bet nothing bad or nothing dark or tragic will ever happen in a game like this. Sayuri hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. I love how she has show. It almost sounds like Sean Connery. I can't do the impression like Zar can. Zar Khan, he does an amazing Sean Connery impression. The Jaguar of 1,000 voices, but I can't. I mean, I could do some voices, but anyway. Sayuri suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Oh, man. You know, I hate when that happens. I don't know if any of you guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls ever have this to happen to you, but I can go for weeks, months, maybe even years that I bite my tongue, biting my lip, biting my gums. But I swear, if I do it one time, I'm going to do it like 2 or 3 times in the same day or the same week. Ooh. I'm not sure if that's a common thing or that's just a Mike thing, because Mike is kind of weird. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayuri gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Hell yeah, fam. This is where the Yuri starts. And not Yuri the character, Yuri the genre. So we about to get some hot, steamy action up in this literature club tonight, fam. And honestly, like, I think those two, like, just on the character designs, like the short hair, but also not even just the character designs either, but also the personality types. I think that could be kind of hot. That could be kind of hot. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, and Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayuri off of her. Sayuri suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayuri trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayuri? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Hey, I want to know that question too, fam. She is the guest of honor, and you know, that's the whole reason I play this game is for Monica, okay? Monica, just Monica, baby. Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. And hey, I can understand how a girl like Monica would be popular. Like, this gal, she does everything. She is literally a Jill of all trades. Like, she's athletic, she's intelligent, she's artistic. Like, she is something special. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Okay, yep, I will agree with Yuri. Like, as much as I love Sayuri, if you were to combine Sayuri, Natsuki, and Yuri all together, I would still want Monica, okay? You know, call me simp, call me what you will, but Monica's my waifu for lifeu. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. Ooh, that ball of sunshine. I didn't mean to be late. Baby, I would make you late any month of the year, okay? You didn't hear that from me. Anyway, I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Yeah? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. I love how Sayuri is just so... She's so open. Okay, it's not good to be like this in real life. It's definitely not good to be like this in real life. But when you're around somebody who speaks their mind like this, the first thing that pops in their mind, it can be rather entertaining. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Look at Monica. Look how flustered she is. Monica quizzically glances at me. Oh. Ah. Oh, well, hey, am I boyfriend material? I hope so. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall, to be honest, and I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it when I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Gal is so talented. She's a poetry, she's a poet, alright? She's a musician. This gal's real estate just keeps going up and up and up. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. I mean, I'm not a musician, but I'm not a musician, but hey, I got some. I'm so stupid. I was gonna say I'm not a piano, but I got some ivory you can tickle. But yeah, that might not work too good here. Anyway, hey, but at least now you know this really is uncut. So all the stupid shit I say that comes off the cuff, you amazing people are gonna hear this. So anyway, that's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Well, I do got something she can play. Monica looks at me. Uh-oh, I like where this is going. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? I look forward to anything with you, baby. Anything with you, okay? Anything and everything with you, I should say. Look at that face. Just look how happy she looks. Oh, and her and that bow too. Oh my God. Alright, okay. In that case, I won't let you down, Big Mike. Oh, baby, you would never let me down, okay? Let's get that out of the way right now. There's nothing you could do that would ever let me down. okay? And I played through this game, okay? There's nothing you can do that would let me down. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. Well, I will say, simply an aside, I really do like how the main character does seem supportive here of Monica. And I mean, and just like me, he does simp for Monica. He is a Monica fan too. But I feel like here he's not really simping. I feel like he's trying to be genuinely supportive. And hey, it's not easy to be an artist, man. It's not easy to be a musician. So if you have any artist friends, you have any musician friends, be supportive of them. It does. Supporting an artist, even just giving them words of encouragement hurts nobody, and it can result in some amazing things happening. Kevin Smith, he once said that, something to the fact of it costs you nothing to support them, but it could be life-changing for you to support them. Like that person could go on and make the cartoon that you love to get stoned to, or the song that saves your life. And so remember that, man. If you have any artist or musician friends or family members, support them as much as you can. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Nah, not really. I choose to leave out Sayuri's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayuri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Big Mike! Sayuri slowly comes up to me. I'm going to go get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Oh, sure. I love a nice adventure. Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. Me and Monica were going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Ah, you're going with Big Mike to get the supplies. Ah, there's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. Well, honestly, if Monica wanted to go, she can go with us. I don't mind turning this into a threesome, the best gal, second best gal. Anyway, it was just a suggestion. See if you can find a poster too. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Big Mike? Yep, let's go. Sayuri and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayuri hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayuri finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. And, I think that's really awesome. That's really awesome. Man. Alright, so I'm going to be real with you, fam. I'm going to be real with you. I simp for Monica because I really love her character. She's an amazing character. She reminds me a lot of myself when I was in high school. But, well, not the female part, but But Sayuri is kind of the person I kind of always wanted to be, the free spirit, no care in the world, just kind of, going about your day. And honestly, that's the kind of gal I kind of always really liked, I've kind of always been into those free spirit Phoebe. I call them the Phoebe type. Probably not the best term to use there, because there are a lot of Phoebes, but, Phoebe from Friends. Yeah, I love that free spirit, not a care in the world, doesn't really care what other people think about them type. That really means a lot. And I think, gals like that are special. Well, really anybody like that's special. If you're able to live like that in this world, you're fucking special, fam. And you have my love and respect. Anyway. Hey, Sayuri. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Well, me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah. That sounds kind of dull. Okay, I get where he's coming from. I do. I mean, on paper, maybe it doesn't sound the best, but if you've actually done one, like, I used to do these in high school. Like, it's a good adrenaline rush, man. Like, it's such a good adrenaline rush. And it's so cool just to share your work with the world, to get on stage, to be kind of just the center of attention for a moment, to open yourself, to make yourself vulnerable to all those people around you. It's quite a feeling. But I get how people can think that would sound boring, especially if they've never done it before. Big Mike, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from the clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. And I have no idea how that's going to turn out, how that's going to sound, so I hope it sounds good. I really, really do, and I have no idea why I decided to do that voice. But anyway, Sayuri, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. Oh, look at that pouty face. Oh, you just want to give her a hug. And oh, you want to pinch those cheeks. Yes, you do. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, I know. I just meant that it's pretty I just mean that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that. It's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayuri spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, Big Mike. This classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayuri like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayuri brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. Yeah, I don't know if this is a common thing or not, but I kind of went through the same thing myself. And, and some of my childhood friends, we used to go on adventures all the time. And then by the time I hit 11, 12, I used to just chill out in my room to myself, play games sometimes, or mostly just draw. And draw listening to music. So the way the MC talks, he went through this. So I'm not sure if this is a common thing that people do, when they become teenagers or preteens or not. So, but it'll be interesting to know. So if you have any experience with this, let me know in the comment section. I genuinely would love to know if this is a universal thing or a common thing, or if this is just another one of those, what we'll call Mike-isms. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayuri heads straight to the closet and I follow. Uh-oh. MC about to hit that. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons. Sayuri pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Sayuri starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. I'm actually kind of curious to see what her favorite color would be. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah! Sayuri bends over and smacks her forehead right on the shelf. She falls flat on the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, you just want to hug her and tell her everything's gonna be okay. Oh, she's got a boo-boo. You okay? My forehead. Sayuri clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayuri. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayuri is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. Oh, he's pulling her by the waist, huh? You have to move your hand, Sayuri. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayuri slowly releases her hands on her forehead. Damn, look at this pose, fam. Look at this pose. Like, if you were to take this out of context, like, that would be kind of hot, actually. That would be pretty kind of hot. No, I don't know why I said pretty kind of, but that would be pretty hot. Like, but yeah, she just smacked her head. So yeah, we're not gonna dwell on this too much. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow, sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Big Mike. Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink could do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Oh, look at that smile. Even wrenching from the pain, Sayuri makes a silly joke. What are you saying? So, okay, that right there is actually a pretty significant character point. That's a pretty significant character point. So even when she's in pain, she likes making people happy, and it's amazing. There are a lot of people like that. Like Robin Williams, it was said that he was like that. Like, even when, he always liked making people happy. And if you know anything about Robin Williams, he was the kind of guy in a lot of pain. Not physical pain, but in a lot of pain. So yeah, but so that's actually something I missed on the first couple times I played this. Actually, I didn't really pick up on that. And that this actually brings up a really good point. I like to make not just about visual novels, though. I also make this about movies and especially books. Try to revisit your favorite movies, books, visual novels, anime, whatever, at different phases in your life. Different phases, different times, different seasons in your life. Because you're going to pick up on things that you may have missed before. You're going to see things in different light. You're going to see things in lights different from have you seen them before as you gain more life experience, as you mature. And it may be that you see things quite differently from when you were younger. Or you may pick up on things that went over your head previously, like it would just happen to me here. But yeah, that's actually pretty damn significant for her character. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Oh, okay. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder and run into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayuri likes apple juice, so I'll purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayuri. So, and it's the little details like that that can really mean a lot. So, if you're trying to impress a special someone in your life, little details like that can make the difference. So instead of just like getting like some random drink like a Coke or whatever, he got something that he knows that she would enjoy. I like to say to my friends who are dating, a little fault goes a long way. Oh, the music's changed. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand clumsily to scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spot before I spilled them. Sayuri here. I hand Sayuri the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayuri opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayuri, what are you doing? It's for your forehead. It's for your forehead, idiot. Do. Okay. So, bro, you gotta be gentle with this girl, man. You gotta be gentle with her. Like, she just whacked herself in the head, fam. You don't know. Like, for all you know, she could have just been wad herself, okay? She could have just been wad herself. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with your words, bro. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayuri places the bottle against a bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Big Mike, this kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? I'm sorry, this kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Now, what do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time. I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. And you know what? That makes sense. This dude is, like most MCs in visual novels, is oblivious to a lot of things. Like, I usually fall behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quickly as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. So, even as a kid, he seemed like he was a pretty nice dude. He was a pretty stand-up dude. Sometimes, and I speak this from experience. Sometimes, when young boys and young girls are friends with each other, the boys aren't always so kind. And I say that as the parent of a daughter, and we live in a neighborhood where there are no other close houses to us with young female children, so she has to play with little boys, and yeah, they're not always kind, unfortunately. And but it's nice to see that this guy, he sounds like he was an okay guy as a child. It was almost like you blamed yourself and you were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know. Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Big Mike, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Oh. That hits me right in the feels, fam. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Big Mike, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? That's a long time, fam. Forever is a long, long time. If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises, but, well, I hope so. It's been like this so long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayuri has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayuri hops to her feet. Well, the way her bangs do follow her face, I can imagine it being easy to cover up. I can kind of see that. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayuri out of the classroom. Sayuri plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. There's Sayuri, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right. Sayuri frantically glances around herself. Oh, I forgot the stuff. Calm down, Sayuri. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Aha. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Big Mike. Well, Sayuri, I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayuri. It made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Sayuri made it an adventure. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone, are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, definitely Monica. We're always going Monica first, fam. Hi again, Big Mike. How's the writing going? I just love that. I love her happy face. I really, really do. It's so bright and it's so cheerful and oh man. Okay. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy with what you're applying yourself. Well, I'm sorry. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. And that's an interesting point right there to make. Excuse me. That's an interesting point to make because if you're an artist or if you're a writer or you're even a YouTuber, you never know what work you do, what piece you make, what video you put out, what piece you write is going to be the one that does it for you. The one that the video that goes viral or the poem that sells 1 million copies. And not that you should be obsessed with that type of stuff. No, not at all. It's just that you never know. You never absolutely know. And I as a YouTuber, you know, I'm not really so much concerned about my stats anymore. I mean, that shit will get you depressed if you're focused on that. But in the past, I put out videos that I thought would never do anything, and they would turn out to be some of my most successful videos. And I put out videos that I thought would do really well and, you know, barely do anything at all. So you never really know as a creator, whether you're an artist, a writer, YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, filmmaker, you never really know what's going to do it for you. And sometimes, unfortunately this happens, but sometimes it's not until after a person dies, well after they die, that something becomes popular. There are a lot of artists whose work isn't appreciated in their current life, but it's not until after they die that their work gains value. So when she says you never know, that is very true, fam. That is very true. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayuri, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. Wait. Okay, who's Batman, who's Robin? Because, I don't know. I don't know which one I would like to be there. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. Not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. Oh baby, you can tease me any day, any way. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. Baby, I would talk to you 24/7 if I could. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? Oh no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. Oh, no worry. No worries. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The doors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Alright, now there is a very obvious reference I can do with load me, but we're not going to do that here. No, we're going to take the high road on this episode, and we are going to talk about how that sounds very goddamn computer-like. Like load me sounds like something you would do in a computer program. Like, why would you write that? Anyway, it's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Oh, and I definitely would load you, baby, any day of the week. I hope you lovely guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls did not seriously think we were going to take the high road here. Because that's not happening. I will load that gal anytime I get the chance to. Ha 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 ha. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to spatial words can totally change the mood of the poem. And alright, all jokes aside, I'm being completely serious here, no joking. This actually, as a writer, this has given me a lot to think about, actually, the first time I played this. I write poems. I tend to focus more on more traditional style poetry. My poetry influences mostly come from Emerson, but also I take some from Frost as well. And also I sometimes I write haiku as well. So my poetry tends to be very traditional in nature. But since playing this game the first time, I've often thought about using the space on the paper to tell a story, or using the form to tell a story or to add meaning to it. And that actually came from that last one actually came from Natsuki's poem that we saw in the first episode. So this game, it's not just waifu material for me. It's actually something I've actually learned from as a writer myself. So I think that's really cool. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem's about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Well, I guess we breaking that fourth wall today, baby. I guess we breaking that fourth wall today. And if Monica was to play her cards right, that fourth wall won't be the only walls getting broke, if you know what I mean. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? It's not, but I got a tip for you if you want it. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, so now we're going to show it to Sayuri. Big Mike, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too? You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so no way. Not even Natsuki. Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, just to kind of point out, if you're not familiar with anime culture or, manga culture or just the dere types, tsunderes, they have a hard time admitting when something's good, especially if something's good from the target of their affection. So, So, if you ever wanted to impress a tsundere, be ready for them never to, tell you what a good boy you've been or what a good job you're doing, because it ain't gonna happen, fam, or it's very, very unlikely that's gonna happen. I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Uh-oh. I think maybe dudes, he's starting to realize he's got some feelings for his childhood friend, that maybe it's not just friendship. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you are a really expressive person, I guess. Alright, now dude here, he's acting like a tsundere. Okay, now the main character is acting like a tsundere. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. Yeah. This is a reference back to when she almost burned her house down from cooking, or burned her kitchen. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayuri? I pat Sayuri's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayuri starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Big Mike, will you give me your poem? I kinda want to keep it. Huh, why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. I love how it's just exclamation points. Like, what? He's so caught off guard. I mean, and obvious, yeah, you did write this for her, dude. I mean, Bro, see, I never had this problem when I was younger, okay? You know, I'm not gonna say I was a Casanova when I was in high school or in university. Like, uh, I would say moderate success with the ladies, I would say. Um, I wasn't like some fucking dreamboat who could get any woman he wanted, but I knew what I could do and I played to that. Um, Never, well, maybe played to that, maybe not the right words to use there, but you know, I knew what I could get, you know. But I always, whenever it came time to talk to a girl, it was always like, you know, somebody I was interested in. Like, I had feelings for. But I never had problems admitting that. I'm not sure if this is just like a trope in media that guys really do. They have a hard time admitting to things, or if if it's something that's real and I'm just a really odd person, because I am really an odd person. But I'm not sure if this is one of those Mike-isms or not. But yeah, dude, he seems to have a hard time, you know, admitting that this is for, you know, he seems to be caught off guard that she would pick up on that this was written for her. And he seems to have a problem with that. Or he seems to be unable to, or he seems to be embarrassed by that. That might be the better word to say here. And now, instead of admitting to it, he's going to lie about it, because God forbid he admits how he feels. Sayuri, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayuri hastily bends down to pick up the piece he dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayuri clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayuri. Yeah. I grab Sayuri's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry, I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. I pop off my scap like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on a shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the hooks and in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pulled them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. but every time I let one go, it shudders against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap! Sayuri, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Wait, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. And that's a great point too there, fam. Writing, especially writing about your feelings, can be a great way not only can it be cathartic, can help you to express yourself, to express your extreme emotions, your anger, your grief. It can also help you to better understand your own emotions as well. So yeah, that's a very good point to make here. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Aha, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayuri's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes always makes it hard for me to be passionate. Always helps. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, so now we're going to do Natsuki. I liked your last one better. Oh, really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. It may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I always liked poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Oh boy, here we go with that shit again. Oh, and this is, if you didn't see the first episode or if you never played DDLC before, that's actually why, that's one of the reasons why Natsuki and Yuri got into such a heated argument on the day before. One of the reasons they have a conflicting view of literature. Yuri likes sophisticated, complex poems, and Natsuki likes them simple, very straight. Well, not necessarily so straightforward, but she likes them more simple with simple language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Well, okay, let's see. Well, I can see why she would like that. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha. Making your reader look so hard for all of this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Oh yeah, she's so full of herself. Everything Natsuki says is correct, and anything that opposes it's incorrect. And so, bruh, I get the appeal. I do. I get the appeal of tsunderes. I really, really do. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm not into that, at least partially myself, but bruh, I couldn't be with somebody like that. I could not. I couldn't humor that. Yeah. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. All right. I feel like you could replace spider lover with a lot of different things, and yeah, and she would not be a good person. Natsuki would not be a good person. She views Amy kind of like how a sexist person would view a somebody of a specific gender, or a racist person would view a particular race. And yeah, that's, I don't necessarily think that's what she's going for here, but it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up that she would view this person. Now, of course, she doesn't literally view this person as, I'm sure she doesn't literally mean this, but there is actually debate on whether or not Amy is a real person in the DDLC universe, or if she's just a work of fiction within this work of fiction. So, but it is kind of fucked up because it's kind of the mindset of a bigoted person. It doesn't matter how good of a person they are. It doesn't matter, what they do, or no matter what they have in common with you, they're still that person, that type of person you don't like. And yeah, and I've played this game through several times before, and I've actually never actually came to that conclusion. I've never actually realized this, but yeah. But let's see, maybe we can find out more of what she thinks about this Amy person, or maybe the exact meaning of this poem. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Oh, damn, so that's exactly what it was about. Yeah, I would say a bigot counts as an ignorant jerk. But yeah, damn. Do you know people like that? Unfortunately, I know quite a growing up in the American Southeast, or the Southeastern United States, unfortunately, I knew many people like that. Unfortunately, some even in my family. But, fuck them. Oh, okay, I shouldn't say that. There's some people who can change and who will change if they're open to the, if they have experiences with the types of people they're bigoted against. A lot of times, or sometimes, this is just ignorance and isolation, and once they interact with the people, they say, hey, I was wrong, and so you know what? I'm not going to be like that anymore. And so, and I think that's fair. People deserve the ability to change, but there's also a group, no matter how much they interact, no matter how much they know, they're always going to be bigots, and fuck those people. Fuck them in the ass with a cactus with no lube. Alright, anyway, of course it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. And that's true. Most people do have this type of thing. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'll make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what some people like, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Hey, you know what? I will agree. I will agree. Live and let live is a very useful philosophy. You don't have to be into something to appreciate, or, that other people may find value in something. And not everything has to be for you, or just because somebody else is into something doesn't mean you have to like it. Now, there definitely are exceptions to this where, you should. There are certain things that people are into that they should not be into, and, by all means, they need to know they should not be into those things. But for the most part, most weird things people are into are harmless, and they should be allowed to pursue those things as long as they're not hurting anybody. So, I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And this also might explain why, there's such a huge crossover between the DDLC community and the Sonic community. Because, the Sonic community is definitely a community that's into some weird things. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of other people can too. That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Alright, and last but not least, we're going to show our poem to Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Big Mike. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poems to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. I don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the thing you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Oh, of course. This is the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The raccoon. Oh. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside of my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. Oh, all right. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off the cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the nearly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, and so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. The wash of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread. And I find I feed myself again. Oh. Yeah, I don't really want to give too much away here, but holy hell, if you know anything about DDLC and if you know anything about Yuri, that is quite vivid. That is quite vivid. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. And this girl has quite an array of unusual hobbies. It's one of those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we're going to give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayuri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. And okay, you know what? I will say, you know, performing in front of people, in front of a live audience, whether it's a play, whether you're playing music, whether you're reciting poetry, or whether you're giving a speech, it can be a bit nerve-wracking at first. And I say this as somebody who loves public speaking. I love to get up in front of a crowd and to speak. It's nerve-wracking at first, but once you do it a couple times, that goes away and it becomes fun. It becomes something enjoyable. So this is a very realistic reaction, and I like here how, despite the fact that they, in many ways, tend to be polar opposites, both Natsuki and Yuri, they're starting to have a lot of commonalities. So maybe there's something there. Maybe it's like the political spectrum. You know, if you go far enough on one side, the two sides start to appear to be the same. Maybe it's like that with them. You know, you go far enough to the tsundere side or the yandere side, and they become the same. Guys, no, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poetry out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Now that's what I like about Monika, okay? Simping aside, Monika fan aside, Monika is a great leader here. You know, she made a mistake, she overlooked something, she admitted it to it, but she's looking for the best. She sees the best in her club members, and she knows their potential and knows what they're capable of. And you know, I respect that. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show anyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. Oh, being intimate with yourself. Okay. Hey, I would definitely love to see Monika and Sayuri and Yuri being intimate with themselves. But, I don't think that's exactly what Sayuri means here, but finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. And you know what? I'm glad with the MC here, because I would do this in real life. I honestly would. And again, not just because I'm a Monika simp, but because, I think this is a good idea. And I think it's very enjoyable. I think that Sayuri and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone's else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. Oh, I see Sayuri loves Yuri too, so nice to know there are other Yuri fans in this club. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on into the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Oh yeah, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Well, based on all the other things, I would say, this is one of the many talents she has. This gal is incredibly gifted at many different things. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Aha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called, Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading a poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is he suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with a perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud her, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Aha. Sorry I giggled. Sayuri, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. That's actually a solid piece of advice. So, I did a video on this, but if you ever have to, give a speech or talk in public, one thing that can really help you to do that is to practice talking in front of a mirror. It sounds silly. I will admit it sounds silly as fuck, but when I was in public speaking class, when I was in university, my professor told my class that, and it is very silly to do that. It sounds very silly, but it's quite effective. It's effective at building up your confidence, at helping you to get rid of your non-words in your speech, like your uhs, ums, your stuff like that. However, and I need to stress this very, very clearly, if you want to do this, you want to be sure you tell your family, your friends, your roommates, anybody that you're living with that you're going to be doing this. Because Big Mike did not do that when he was in university. And so on one occasion, his roommate walked in on him talking to himself in front of the mirror. So if you want to avoid an awkward situation like that, be sure you let whoever you live with know that you're going to be doing this. But it is a great technique to use if you're trying to build up confidence. Anyway, now I personally, when I give a speech or give a talk, I like to either focus in the very back of the room, or I like to take turns looking at different people in the eyes or in the faces. So I find that helps me, but different people have different ways of doing it. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheerily like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is why Sayuri meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayuri. Even Big Mike liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Yeah, I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Big Mike. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Big Mike lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. What the fuck does that mean? I mean, you got a problem with me or something, sister? Man, goddamn sundares, man. Natsuki, it's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. And that's true. That's actually true. So, as a language teacher, one of the things I have to tell my students is that what you're doing or what they're doing when it comes to learning and using a language is, it's not really, I mean, your knowledge is important, don't get me wrong. Knowing the grammar, knowing the vocabulary, knowing, pronunciation and intonation, these things are very important. But equally as important, or maybe even more important, is your confidence. And confidence isn't really something that can be taught. Now, somebody can inspire confidence in you, but somebody can't teach you confidence. That has to come from you. That has to come from yourself, and mostly that comes from experience. And the best way to do that is actually get experience of using the language, having conversations with people, reading stuff written in that language, watching movies and TV programs, etc. Likewise, when it comes to writing and performing your writing, very similar mechanisms of confidence and experience there too. But anyway, yeah, maybe. All right then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called Why Are You All Looking at Me? Oh, that's a hell of a name for a poem, Natsuki. Because you're presenting, Monica points out. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. Oh, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh, baby, I would do anything to make you happy, Monica. Anything. And I'll put a lot of something else in somewhere else, if you know what I mean. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really well so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayuri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Hey, this dude, as much as I've shitted on him in the past 2 episodes, he wants to impress Monica, and I can respect that, fam. I can respect that. Game recognizes game. Ready to go, Sayuri? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Look at all of their faces so happy together. This really is a nice scene. This really is a nice scene. It's okay, Big Mike. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayuri has been a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri. Sorry, I was spacing out. No worries. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayuri fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked you to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would still walk home with Sayuri. Yeah, I'm a one-woman man. So yeah, I would still walk home with Sayuri. Sayuri, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Yeah. But she's so beautiful and smart. Baby, you're so beautiful and smart too. You just don't realize it. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Big Mike. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayuri, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Yeah. The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayuri to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, fam, so this is where we're going to call it here. This is where we're going to call it here. So give me just a moment. Let me save my game. Alright. And, just like in last time, before I close this episode out, we are going to look and see if we've unlocked any new emails. All right. Yeah, I know I promised that we would. Play to the end of the to the end of the first half of the game, but I kind of forgot about that whole. I kind of forgot about the whole next day. I thought that current day we were going to be on was going to be the day before the weekend, and so. But yeah, I do apologize about that. I completely fumbled, and yeah, this video is probably already about 2 hours and some change. So we're going to call it there. But let's check the mail. Let's see, inbox. Oh, no new mail. All right. No new mail. All right, so we haven't unlocked any new mail. So yeah, no new mail, and yeah, yeah. So all right, so we'll call it here, fam. I do thank you so much for checking this video out. Again, I know it's rough around. Like I did better in this video, and to a certain extent, than my previous one. I feel like a bit more. I got through the reading a bit better. Um, But on the other hand, I felt like maybe I don't know, not really a lot to elaborate on. I felt like in my last video, I probably elaborated on a bit more on some things. But I feel like this episode was probably much more straightforward. Um, but yeah, also okay. Also, yeah, unfortunately, I usually I was planning to put out this out unedited. Unfortunately, there's kind of like a glitch when I run DDLC Plus because it's a Windows program, but I'm running it in Ubuntu using Wine, and so there's kind of like a glitch to where if I click outside the program, it doesn't recognize my mouse anymore, so I have to restart. And so as a result, this episode is going to have some slight editing to it because I have like maybe 4 or 5 videos I have to splice together because of that. Um, so yeah, so just full disclosure, this isn't completely unedited. There will be some editing done. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching this video, for checking this out, and if you made it all the way through, you are my hero, and I love you, fam. I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video and supporting this series. And next week, well, not maybe not next week because I don't know if I'm doing a scripted video next week or not, but next episode of DDLC Plus, we will be doing the festival and we will be finishing the first half of the game for sure next time. So, stick around for that. And yeah, and thank you so much for supporting this series. So special thanks to all of you for watching this video. Special thanks to Fran, who does my art. A special thanks to all of my friends on all my friends from Twitter, Blue Sky, the Discords I'm in, a few people who found me on YouTube randomly, people from my friends' communities who find me, a few people found me from Reddit. So thank you all for your support. I wouldn't be here without you all. And thank you so much for watching this video. You know, I don't really feel like asking people to like and subscribe anymore because I know that's part of the game, that's part of the meta, but I feel like also people are smart enough to know what to do. And I feel like it's kind of pointless to ask people. I mean, if you like, you're already gonna like it. If you want to subscribe, you're already gonna subscribe. So yeah, so fuck that. I'm not gonna ask that anymore. Or I'm gonna try not to. Habit is a bitch to break. So, um, but yeah, but I do want to say before I go, remember, be true to yourself, fam. Be true to yourself. And just be yourself. And if you do, you will be awesome. Big Mike really believes in you. Until next time, fam. Peace out.